Welcome back, guys. I am starting a new series, which is a interview series. In this, we will be discussing about the frequently asked interview questions in subjects like SQL, Python, and like Excel, machine learning, all the things related to data science and business analytics. Okay, so in this video, I am going to talk about only the beginner type of questions in SQL that are frequently asked in roles like data analyst and business analyst, you can say. Okay, so let's start today's video. Okay, so in this we will be seeing some theory questions along with some coding questions as well, and I will be explaining the answers also. Okay, so starting with the theory part, we will be having 10 questions roughly. This is the first question that is frequently asked in any kind of DA or BA interviews. So what is the difference between SQL and RDBMS, right? So you can take a screenshots, or I'm also going to give the link of this slide in the description as well. So okay, so let's come to the answer. So what is the difference between SQL and RDBMS? So first of all, SQL stands for Structured Query Language, right? And RDBMS is Relational Database Management System. RDBMS is the main software that manages all the data we're having, either it's relational or non-relational. Okay, and to query the data inside the database, the software, we use SQL, right? So you can see the explanation. Think of the RDBMS as a library and the SQL as a language used to ask the librarian for a specific book. Okay, suppose you are going to a library. Here there are a lot of books. Okay, there are a lot of books in all the shelves. That's the RDBMS, which is structurally holding all the data, which is in our case the books, and we'll ask the librarian in a certain way that I need that book from that shelf, right? And he will bring us that book. Okay, so this is how SQL works in a RDBMS software. Okay, and here are some examples also, like there is RDBMS softwares like MySQL, Postgre, and SQL Server, and we also have non-relational databases. So the example is MongoDB. Okay, now the next question is, what are the different categories of SQL commands? Okay, so there are several categories of SQL commands, mainly segregated into 5 things. First one is data definition language, DDL. In this we work with the structures. In using the DDL commands, we can create a table, we can alter the table, or we can totally destroy the table. Okay, here are some of the commands that we use, like create, alter, and drop. Okay, next we have DML, data manipulation language. Using this, we can manipulate the data inside any table. We can use insert, update, or delete to modify the data inside any table. Next one is DQL, which is a data query language. Okay, so data queries language, the example is select. Any SQL command start with select, right, as you know. So it is used to fetch data, that what data we want, we just select with the command. Next one is DCL, data control language. So in data control language, we give permissions, right, we manage permissions, that it will be allowed to modify, not using grant or revoke. Then we have TCL, transaction control language. So this is like the save point that we use in a game. So it is used to save a particular structure permanently, or undo some changes. Okay, so these are the thing: DDL, DML, DQL, DCL, and TCL. This is a very frequently asked questions in any kind of data related interviews. Next we have explain the difference between a primary key and a unique key. Okay, so primary key is this is a very major concept in any SQL language. So primary key is what? It's like a unique key, right? Not a unique key. Actually, there is a difference between primary key and unique key, which is that a primary key cannot have null values, but unique key can have null values. Let me give an example. Suppose there is a table which is having your Aadhaar ID and your mail ID. Okay, so the Aadhaar ID is mandatory for everyone, right? It can't be null. So if you are getting a list of 10 Indian citizens, there should be 10 other ID. Each of them should be unique. So that's the primary key. The Aadhaar card column would be primary key. And what's unique key? Unique key is also that unique key should be like it's a thing that should be unique to everyone, like the Gmail address, right? The Gmail column that we have, but it can be null. There can be null values, but there can't be null values in the Aadhaar key column, right? So this is the only difference between primary key and unique key. And also on a table there can be only one primary key, strictly only one primary key, but unique key can be more than one. Okay, next we have what are the different type of joins in SQL. Okay, so this is one of the most like important fundamental concept in SQL. Okay, and it's heavily used in any kind of projects you do or any kind of corporate like projects and reports you make. Okay, so first one is inner join. So it returns only the matching records from both the tables. As you can see in the image here, the inner join, it takes only the common between two of the tables and gives us the value. Then we have left outer join. So left outer join is this the first image. You can see it takes all of the values from the left table and takes only the matching matching rows from the right table. Okay, the opposite is the right outer join, which you can see in this image. It takes all the values from the right table and the matching rows only from the left table. Last one is a full join. So in this case we take all the value rows from all the tables and we just combine them together using full join. Okay, next is what is the difference between where and having. Okay, so there's a where clause and having clause. So what is where? So it filters individual rows before any grouping or aggregation occurs. Okay, and what is having? Having is filters group of records after the group by clause has been applied. Okay, so in the where we just we use like this: select star from employees where age is greater or equal to 30. Okay, and what is the use of having? Having is used only after when we use group by. Suppose we are trying to group by employees who are only in the electronics department, right? In that case we'll be having we'll be using the having clause. Okay, next explain the difference between delete, truncate and drop. Okay, so this is a very important question. So what is delete? Delete removes specific rows based on a where condition. Okay, it's a DML command and can be rolled back. Okay, so delete is a data manipulation language command and it is used to manipulate the data inside our table. We use where clause along with it to target specific rows to be removed based on certain conditions. Next we have truncate. What it does, it removes all rows from a table but keeps the structure. It's a DDL language, it's a data definition language command and is faster than delete. So what it does, if you truncate a table, it will just make the table empty. It will make the whole table empty, but it will keep the structure. Table structure will be there, but the data will be totally gone. The ultimate one is drop. So what it does, it completely removes the table structure and all the data. So it's totally just vanishes the whole table along with all the structure, name and everything. Okay, next one is what are aggregate functions. So these are very useful functions that are used in any daily task in SQL. So first one is these are the first let's see what is this. So these are functions that perform a calculation on a set of values and return a single value. Okay, the example count. What it does, it counts the number of rows. We generally use select count star, which is used to get the total number of result rows we are getting. Next is sum. It just gives us the sum of certain things. We will see the examples in coding part. And next one is average. It gives us the average. As you can see, it's totally understandable. And the last one is min or max. Here using this in using min you can get the smallest value, using max you can get the largest value. Okay, next, what is a subquery? So a subquery or inner query is a query nested inside another SQL query. Okay, so explanation is you can see it is often used in the where clause to provide a value or set of values that the outer query needs to filter its result. Like you can see in this example, we are in the where clause we are giving it a query that select average list price from production.product from the production table we are getting the average list price, and we are giving it a condition that where list price should be more than the average value we are getting using this subquery. Okay, next is question 9. What is an index and why is it used? So an index is a performance optimization tool that helps the database find data faster without scanning every row in a table. Okay, so in the explanation you can see it works like the index at the back of a textbook. Instead of reading the whole book to find a topic, you look up the page number in the index. Note that while the speed up reads, they can slow down writes. Okay, in like insert or update, because the index must also be updated. Okay, this is the index. Last question. What is a foreign key and why is it important? Foreign key is like a very important concept in any SQL language. A foreign key is a column in one table that links to the primary key of another table. It is used to establish and enforce a relationship between data in two tables. Okay, it ensures referential integrity. For example, you cannot have order for a customer ID that doesn't exist in the customer table. Okay, so this foreign key concept is used generally in joins. So when you are joining two tables, there should be a common column between two tables, right? So that this task is done by the foreign key. So foreign key column should be present in both the tables, and using based on those columns we join the tables. Okay, now we're done with the theory questions. Let's move forward to the coding. I'm sorry, his THRO, it's to THEO, whatever. Okay, next the coding questions and explanations. Let's start with some of the coding questions. The first question is, write a query to fetch the name and departments of all the employees from the employee table. So here we have the table. As you can see, we have employee ID, name, department, job title and salary. Our task is to select all the name and departments from employee table. So what do we have to do? First select as usual, then the columns that you need to fetch, name and department. So name comma department from where? From this table, which is employee table. Okay, you can read the explanation by yourself. Next, filter data with conditions. Okay, so our question is, find all employees in the employee table who work in the sales department. Okay, so we have multiple employees, Alice, Bob, Charlie. They work in different departments like sales, marketing, IT, marketing, HR and all. Okay, so we just need to filter out the employees which are in the sales department. So in this case, output would be just the Alice Smith. Okay, so what do we do? Select star. Star means we are selecting all the columns here. Select star from employees where department equal to sales. Okay, so it is filtering out all the rows which are having department as sales. Next, list all the distinct job titles present in the employee table. Okay, so we can see here that in the job title column we have roles like sales associate, we have marketing manager, we have sales associate also, and developer, content creator. So I just need a table where it will be, I just need a display where I'll be having all the distinct job title names, right? Like here we'll have sales associate, marketing manager, developer, like this, but it won't have sales associate twice. It should be displayed once. So what would we do? We'll do select distinct. This is the main part, distinct job title. So we are selecting the distinct job title present in the job title column from where? From the employee table. Okay, next one, use multiple filtering logic. So okay, so here we are going to use multiple conditions in the where clause. So retrieve employees from marketing who have a salary greater than 50,000. Okay, so here we have two conditions. The employee should be from marketing department, and his salary should be, his or her salary should be more than 50,000. Okay, so what do we do? We'll select star. Star means all the columns, as I said before, from employees. Employees means the table employees where department equal to marketing. So department equal to marketing, we have two guys here, one is Bob, one is Eva. They are both from marketing, and salary should be more than 50,000. Okay, this is the logical operator, and we can use or as well if as per the conditions. Okay, so in this table the department is marketing and salary more than 50,000. There is only one candidate, which is Bob Johnson. Next question, shorter results. So get a list of all products from the products table sorted by price from highest to lowest. Okay, so here we have prices like this is our table. The table is changed now, which is product table. In table we have product ID, product name and price. So in the price section we can see there is different prices, 99, 999, 25, 45, 150. We need to arrange this price in decreasing order. So what do we do? We'll write select, then star means all the columns. From where? From product table. How do I order? Order by price. Okay, or the order will be done by based on the price column. And how? DESC means descending. We have ASC and DESC. ASC means ascending order, DESC means descending order. In this case our condition is highest to lowest, so we are using DESC. Done. Next question, aggregate data. Okay, so aggregate data, we have this question, how many total orders were placed according to the order table. Okay, so this is our order table. We have order ID, customer ID and order date. So I need to find the total number of orders. So what do I do? I'll write select count order ID. Okay, select count order ID as total orders from orders. Okay, so there this as orders, this is known as alias. So when we print, the printed column name would be total orders, and below that all the results will be shown. Okay, so select count order ID as total orders from orders. That's all. Here if we don't use this as word, that will also work. If we like if we write select count order ID total orders from orders, that will also work. Okay, so this as thing is not mandatory, but it's good to write that. Next, calculate the total sales amount for each category in the sales table. Okay, so here is our table, sales ID, category and sales ID, category and sales amount. Okay, so what we need to do? We need to calculate the total sales amount for each category. What are the categories? We have electronics category, we have clothing category, and we have furniture category, right? So I am selecting select category, the second column, comma, sum of sale amount. Okay, the sum of sale amount from sales, this is the sales table, and group by category. So what we are doing, we are grouping by the categories. The first group will be having electronics, and the sum will be 5,000 plus 7,000. Okay, 12,000. In the next group we will be having the clothing, and the sum would be 5,000. This is how it will work. Okay, so our result will be like this. First electronics 12,000, clothing 5,000, furniture 12,000, like this. Okay, next we have another question on filter aggregate groups, which is show categories that have a total sales amount greater than 10,000. Okay, let's see how we will do that. So we need to find categories that have the sales more than 10,000. Okay, so here we have the table, sales table. Let's do it. Select, what we are selecting? We are selecting category, comma, sum of sales amount from sales table, group by category. The same thing that we did in the previous question, just we are adding this part, having sum of sales amount greater than 10,000. This is where we use the having clause. Okay, so we are giving it a condition that take only those categories that are having sum of sales amount more than 10,000. Done. Next, joining question, join two tables. Okay, so write a query to show each order ID along with the corresponding customer name by joining the orders and the customers table. Okay, so this is our orders table, the first one, and this is our customer table. Okay, you can see here here you can see the concept of foreign key. Okay, so in the first table, the order table, I hope you can see my cursor. In the order table, the order ID is the primary key in this table. Customer ID column is working to link this second table, which is our customer table, because in both of these tables we have customer ID column in common. Okay, so we'll utilize this column to join both of the tables. This is the foreign key actually. Okay, so let's come to the query. So select orders dot order ID. What does it mean? Orders means the name of the table, which is orders. Order from the order table we are selecting the order ID. Okay, so orders dot order ID comma customers, the second table, customers dot what we are taking, customer name, customers dot customer name from orders. Okay, from the first table orders, and we are doing inner join with which table, with customers on what, on orders dot customer ID, this column orders dot customer ID equal to customers dot customer ID. Okay, so this is the thing. So what we are doing, I'm again repeating. First we are selecting what, orders dot order ID, this column, order ID column from the order ID table, comma customer name column from the customers table. Then from orders inner join customers, we are joining orders and customers on what, on the customer ID. So orders dot customer ID equal to customers dot customer ID, and we will be getting the result. Okay, simple thing. Last question, Q10. So retrieve the top 5 highest paid employees from the employee table. So here we will be learning the concept of limit. So what we are doing, this is our table, employee table. So from that I need to find out the top 5 paid employees. Okay, so select what we are selecting, we are selecting name column and salary column. So select name comma salary from employees, the name of the table employees, order by salary. We will order the result by the salary, this is the last column. And how, ascending or descending? Obviously descending, because we need to find out the highest paid salaries. Okay, so descending, and now we are just adding limit 5. Limit 5 means if we write limit 10, it will give us top 10 results. If we write limit 1, it will give us a top 1 result, and if we write limit 5, it will give us top 5 results. That's our question, get the top 5 highest paid employees. Okay, I hope you've understood all the questions, and if you have any doubts or queries, you can directly ask me in the comment section. I will try to get back as soon as possible. And also thank you very much for watching, and I am open to suggestions. If you think I should improve some things, I am totally open to your opinions and suggestions. You just write those things in comments, and I will try my best to implement those things from my next videos. And if you have any special requests for any kind of interview series or any particular subject related to this BA, DA or data science, kindly let me know in the comment section. I will try to make videos on those as well. Okay, so thank you very much again for watching, and consider subscribing my channel for more such videos. Bye.